How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to learn how to drill a hole in a fish tank or an aquarium. So first off, this is some of the items that I use. There's a bunch of YouTube videos out there that you can follow. There's a bunch of techniques you can use, but this is what works for me. So items we need is we need a drill. Of course, you can tell. We need some clay. Of course, I just use Play-Doh. Diamond tip drill bit, and then something to make these three items we're going to use to make our three holes right here. Some water, and then a bucket. So first couple of things you want to do before you start to drill or start to any of this is make sure your tank is tempered, the glass are tempered. If not, you guys, it's going to shatter, so be careful with that. Next thing is you got to make sure that practice on a cheap tank. So you don't want to start drilling one of your tanks. Get some practice out, find a cheap cracked tank or a piece of glass and practice on that for a few times. Okay. Next thing, we're gonna mark the hole. So basically you want to grab your tape measure, mark where you want to do the hole, create the hole, and then mark it with the Sharpie and create a circle. So if you notice in here today, we're going to be drilling a 210, so it's an AGA. So I double checked with the manufacturer, make sure it wasn't tempered glass, and it isn't. So first thing is, like I said, we created our hole. It's going to be on the right side, so it's going to be right there, and basically I just measured up 4 inch over 4 inch for the center of the hole, and then I use this thing to mark around my hole. So it's just a T, 1 inch T intersection for PVC. So now the hole is created. What we're going to do next is we're going to use Play-Doh to create a dam. Now unfortunately, I'm the one shooting the video, and I'm also going to be I'm the only one here, so basically I have to turn off the camera and turn it back on, but I'll show you what the dam looks like before I start. Okay? Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now that you guys can see, I created a dam. So the purpose of the dam is to keep water in it. Alright, and purpose of the water is to keep the drill bit cool and also lubricated so it doesn't crack the glass. So it's really important. Now you can see that we have water right there. Alright, so I'm going to pour and fill up the dam. Here we go. Now, next important thing is we got to make sure we got to catch the glass when it goes through, so it doesn't crack the tank or scratch the bottom plane or the side pane. So got a little bucket right there. So what I'm going to do is once we drill through, the glass falls, it's going to fall into the bucket and it doesn't hit the aquarium. Okay. And let me get that set up, and then I will be right back again. Okay, we got all that set up, guys. We're going to keep the water close by, okay, because once we start to break that glass through, punch that hole, the water's going to leak. We want to pour a little bit more just to keep it wet and lubricated while it goes all the way through. Now, this is the drill bit here. This drill bit, we're building we're cutting a 1 inch hole, alright? Just because it's a 1 inch hole doesn't mean you want to use a 1 inch drill bit, okay? So when you buy your bulkhead, make sure you follow up and find out what size hole you need for your bulkhead. So I believe mine is 1 5/8 inch hole or something. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I bought this a while ago, and I bought all my bulkheads from the same place. So just make sure that just because you're drilling a 1 inch hole, a 1 inch bulkhead, the hole you drill is going to be much bigger than 1 inch. So, all right. So when you start with the drill bit, start with a drill. You want to make sure you don't want to start straight. So you want to start at an angle like this, okay? Then once you start to get a good groove in the glass, you want to slowly tilt it forward, okay? Keep going forward, slowly, and then straight. All right. So this is what it'll look like. Okay. So a couple of things is a couple more things before we start to drill. Is you don't want to put a lot of pressure on glass. Okay. With the 220 is much easier because the glass is a lot thicker. You can see this, how thick our glass is on the 210. Excuse me. But when you're drilling smaller tanks like a 20 gallon, even 10 gallon especially, you got to go really slow and very low pressure because it cracks very easily. All right. Like I said before, best way to really learn is to practice on a used tank that's cracked already, or find some glass somewhere that's not tempered and practice on that. And then once you start to understand how much pressure you can apply to the drill, then it's, after a couple of turns, you get used to it pretty easily and pretty fast. So, like I said before, I cannot show you the actual drilling because I'm the only person doing the video. But let me see if I can actually set it up to show you how it looks like. Okay, in 1 second. I'll be back. Of course, I'm back. Of course, you guys can see all my kids' toys in the background there. But like I said before, when you start, you don't want to start at a 90-degree angle, So you want to start somewhere like this, all right? And you want to start slow. I forgot to tell you that also. On the drill, there's, most drill, there's different settings. You want to go on a slow setting. Let the drill do the work and don't apply a lot of pressure. So we're going to start now. Now it seems like we got a nice groove in the glass. You can feel it. You have a real nice groove in the glass. So what you want to do is you want to change the way you drill, because when you drill it down like that, it's hard to control how much force you're putting on the drill. So what I like to do, and one of the guys that drill a lot of tanks showed me a little technique, is you want to hold the drill like this. Okay, so basically your thumb is going to be your trigger for your drill. This way your force is going upward against the drill and not downward. That way you're using less force. All right, so we're going to drill like this. Well, as you can see, it's still not quite. So as you can see, I let the drill do the pressure. It's a long way from being done because this is about a 1/2 inch glass, so it's going to take me a while. The speed of how fast you drill holes depends really much on the condition of your drill bits. All right, your drill bits, usually most drill bits last about 20 to 25 holes. You could do a little bit more, a little less, depending on the thickness of the glass. This drill bit has actually done about 5 holes already. This glass is about a 1/2 inch glass, so I'm probably guessing around 20 to 25 minutes. So I'll get back to you guys once the hole is almost done, and I'll show you the rest of what else we have to do. All right, I'll be back soon. Okay, guys, looks like we're almost done. As you can tell, we're not quite all the way through. It's like I was saying before, what happens is you won't be drilling even. So at this point on, you're going to be adding a little bit of water every now and then just to keep the drill bit cool and the glass cool. So, alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to finish this drill hole, a little bit of water. Alright, looks like we have one clean hole. As you can tell, sorry about my hands. As you can tell, we have one hole going all the way through. Nice clean cut. And that's about it.